I'm going to make a couple different beads. This is the double helix striking challenge for the beginner group. My name's Hillary, and I am the owner of Soleil beads. If you have any questions about anything that I do, feel free to reach out and I'll answer them. I'm pretty open book, so anything that you may be wondering about what I did or what I used, or where you are in the process or the results that you get, let me know and we can work through it together. So I think to start, what I have here, I have Skylla by Double Helix, which is the new batch. Terra Nova 2021, Terra 3, yes, Terra 3, and then electric yellow, dark teal, white. I have a white stringer too, and then I have 8mm Zephyr and a 5mm one. I don't know that I'll pull out anything else, but if I do, I'll tell you what it is. I think the thing with a lot of double helix colors is, at least for me and the way that I work with them, I have to kind of let go of some of the structure, because if you don't hit the heat marks right the first time, then it's really hard to reset and also maintain whatever design work you've done. When you cool a striking color, this is the color that you want to look for. This is what you want to cool to before you reintroduce it to the fire. If you aren't here, it's not going to do anything. Okay, let me grab my glasses. So, I work on a miner. I have my oxygen concentrator all the way up because it's old and it's not super great, so it's probably at like 10. I also have my propane tank, and that is also at 10. I have a nice neutral flame. Nothing super crazy about it. Let me see if you can see it with my glasses. There we go. Okay. So I think what I'll do is for tutorials and challenges and things of that nature, once the beads that are in the video come out of the kiln, then I will post them either to the comment thread or have the original post updated so you can see what came out of what we did, and then I'd love to see what your results are. What your results are to follow. So, okay. My hair is like wrapped in my glasses. It's weird. I'm going to start with white. I think my general rule of thumb is your torch, at least for me, your torch is balanced when you can't hear it. So that's usually like my benchmark of whether or not I know that my flame is balanced for what I want to do. So if you adjust it to the point that the sound audibly goes away, it should be where you need it. Okay, so I have my white base bead. And I like to cool this down. I feel like I get a better reaction when the surface isn't like insanely hot. Alright, so we're gonna start with Skylla. And like right here, I'm not super hot. I've got quite a bit of tension, which is fine. I am actually going to pull out one other thing. So another little skill tucked in here. So I bought these, the aventurine gold ribbons from France, and I love them. So I break them in half in my hand, and I'm going to show you how to use this because they're kind of tricky. So this, I'm going to get this hot. Like, I want the color of my Skylla glass and my transparency and the transparency of the white to be exactly the same. That's how hot we're going to get it. I like to work hot and fast. So if it seems like it's going quick, it probably is. When I started lamp working, I started on a hothead. So you only have one temperature. It's all the way on or off. Okay, so here I am where it's like, it's the same color temperature all the way through. It's like a clementine orange. So you're gonna let it cool like just a touch. We're gonna take our stringer and keep just the edge, and we're gonna keep it just outside of the flame. We'll bring it back in for a second, bring it back out, and we're just gonna swirl these two colors together. Okay, so now that this was that hot, it has started cooling. And remember, this is the color that we're going for. And it takes a while. Substantially longer than I feel like you would think. So this is kind of like it's like 50s kitchen yellow. It's like that weird, like avocado-y Tupperware yellow. Okay, so see where we're at. Like, we're pretty close. Alright. I'm not going to get this hot again. At least not yet. Alright, so I'm encased. It's not super clean. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to take my double-edged shaper tool. I don't know who made it. I bought it in the secondhand market. Okay. So the thing with Skylla that's really important to remember is it doesn't like graphite tools. Brass is great all day long. The second it touches a graphite paddle or a shaper, it's all over. I can never, ever, ever recover from there, so I just stopped using them. Now, of course, I don't know that that's a universal law, but I know that for the colors that I aim for, graphite doesn't do me any favors. So like this, because I just had it in the flame, I've got like a glass of water back over here that I use to dunk my tools in. Okay, so now, I mean, like, my temperatures spread pretty evenly. I'm like that mandarin orange color, like the color of, like, orange soda. And we are going to cool this until literally all the glow is gone from the bead. And not just here, I'm going to put it under my desk, and it has to be completely cool. Not cool so far that it cracks, but, cool enough that even the core isn't glowing anymore. So that's what I'm going to do. It will literally take about a minute. If it takes a while, don't be surprised. And if it's your first time or you're struggling with telling the temperature of the color in the daylight, try working at night. Okay, so now that I'm cool, I need to wait until something matches this. This is my color marker right here. And I have the feeling that this section of my bead is going to be the first to turn. It's really close, like right up here. So I'm going to start about hand's distance out. And I know it seems like a weird measurement, but just trust me. So you're going to wait until you start to see this. It's going to go like this. It'll go red, and then it'll go to a darker red. Then, let's see what's next. I believe it's pink and then purple. Alright, and again, back under the desk. I think the thing with a lot of striking colors is, even myself, we tend to overheat and then not cool it far enough. And it's not letting it cool to the point that it needs to, that you can't pull the colors back out. So I'm close. Like, I don't... Let's see if I get it to focus. I mean, it's not love by any means, so let's see what we can do about that. I mean, I could totally be, like, happy and content and move on and start another, but for the sake of this video, we're going to keep going. Okay, so let's say I've taken the same bead and I've done all the things that, that's the wrong one. I've done all the things that I don't typically do. And I've used my paddle, and I haven't cooled enough, and I haven't heated far enough. Where does that leave me? Somewhere in here. And this, even though it's hard to like see the details, it's not super great. And balance my torch back out so I can't hear it. And I'm going to heat this, but I'm not going to heat it all the way through like I did the first time. I'm going to heat it until it's like 90% transparent. So we want to get enough of it to move, but you don't necessarily need to move the base bead or the core. I think that's what I like about a surface application, or like just underneath your encasing. It's easier to manipulate without having to completely change the shape of the piece. Okay, so I'm right here. I can see my rod, that's how transparent I am. And we're going to let this cool, and we're going to take it all the way down to here. And I know it looks like it's there right now, but I promise you it's not yet. Still glowing. Oh wait, check it out. That's where we're going to start. So, hands distance from the face of your torch. You want to be in the center of your flame, so you want to make sure that you like hit the apex of that curve. And we're going to slowly reheat. I'm going to show you where we're at. So we're going to cool it back down. Resist the urge to put it back in the flame too soon. Still cooling. Alright, right now. So I've gotten darker right now. I'm blue. Same thing. Hands distance away. Now, in theory, the green part should go orange, and then the orange should go pink. I think I overshot part of it. So this got a nice, like, blue tint to it here. And that's really pretty. But this section here, I don't think I let cool quite enough. And I don't know, let's see if I can... might have to reset it again. Let's see. I'm going to turn my temperature down. See if it helps. See, I think I lost it when I rolled it in the graphite, and that's usually what happens. I can't get it to go one step further. So in this case, because I've used that, and it never really seems to work for me, I'm going to heat this back up to like a full transparent. And now at this point, like if I had done something that had a bunch of design in it, usually at this point I'm pretty unhappy with my outcome. Alright, that might have been the one that said it. Let's see. Alright. So we've got it here, but I want it over here too. So we're getting there, if you can see. Ooh. That's where you want to be to reheat. Hands distance away. Here we go. It is going to go into my kiln, which runs at about 1,000 degrees, and I'll go through a regular annealing cycle. The colors should hold. So if you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully that tutorial was easy to follow and you have a little more success resetting some of these glasses. Skylla is my favorite, which is why I chose that one to begin with. And then down the road I'll do tutorials on some of the others. So if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see, let me know, and that will be the one that I do next.